Good afternoon everybody, thank you for joining me today. It's Sharon from the Noble Crafters here. Just to get some housekeeping out of the way, I've decided that instead of saying hello to every individual person, I'm just going to do a group hello and welcome to our live, and that's just because we put these videos onto YouTube and we don't want the YouTube members to just hear an awful lot of talking and not see the comments. So we just thought that would be a good idea. Now if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below and I will go through them all after the live and answer them as best I can. And if you are just joining us from YouTube, please also subscribe to our channel please, and put your questions if you have any in the comments, and I will be very happy to answer them. So just quickly let you know that you can join the Noble Crafters at their facebook.com, the Noble Crafter page. We also have a group that we call Craft Friends United, which is for any brand, any crafts, crochet, knitting, sewing, paper craft, you name it, mixed media, you're very welcome to join. You can get us on youtube.com/the Noble Crafters, and I also have my blog, which is Sharon's Creative Ramblings at blogspot.com, which I do my pro marker challenge etc. on there, so you might find that a quite interesting place to visit as well. So today we're going to talk about the Kitten Caboodle range. Now this is actually a USB that I popped away, and it's called Memorable Occasions, and it works with die set 13 and 14. So what the idea that Steph and the team at Create and Craft had is that you print out what you want from the USB, and then you use set 14 or set 13 dies to cut out the shapes so that you don't have to fussy cut. Now as you can see, these ones are quite straightforward, these ones are a little bit more elaborate, but today we're going to concentrate on set number 13. So we'll just pop this to the side and we will be doing those on a different video. So as you can see, all of the dies, oops, I just caught my wire, all of the dies are numbered, and those numbers coincide with the actual artwork that you're getting, so you maybe not see it so clearly on the screen on TV but you can see it when you're close up, which lets you know what die to use. So all you need to do is make sure that you use the die that fits your printout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Kitten Caboodle Pro Cut. Now the Kitten Caboodle Pro Cut, I have been using that for a little while now. I actually upgraded to that one instead of my cut and emboss, which I absolutely loved, but was finding the cut and emboss plates that bit heavy after crafting for a little while, so I was getting sore arms. So this this sandwich is very thin, that goes through just for standard cutting. All you need is your 3mm and your magnetic shim and your 5mm. And as you can see, I'm a heavy user of my die cutting machine and we have no warp in the plate whatsoever. It's really good. Now I am terrible and I have nearly made fridge magnets again because I've cut into my mat. It doesn't really harm the mat when it's like this. But you can get replacements on the Create and Craft website if you do it, because it's one of these things in life, we make mistakes. As you can see from my 3mm plate, which I've also cut into a few times and I shouldn't have. So don't do that, that's not sensible. So what I do is I sit my die cutting face down onto my die cutting machine. I find this easier because that's the way I've always done it, and most of the other machines haven't had a magnetic sheet, so that's why I've done it like that. But just to be on the safe side, when you do it like that, it's always better just to use a little bit low tack tape and just tape your die to what you want to cut out. So then I'm going to put the magnetic sheet on top and the plate, and then I'm going to pop it through my machine, which is just off camera to the side. So I have the pretty pink Pro Cut, but I have seen that they now have it out in black and white, which is rather stylish, and it's Zentangled, so it's really nice. They're about £150, but they're always on special offer, on and off on the channel, and they're extremely good value. Now, I don't think that's cut right through, but that's not a problem. I'll just double pass it through, because sometimes that happens with dies. They just don't cut. I think probably if I had not had the steel all going through to the rollers in a runner, it might have cut better. But these things happen, and it's not a big deal because it's only about 18-20 seconds to run through, and because it's very good on your hands, it doesn't hurt your arms, so it's fine. So we'll just get this tape off and remove the die, and we'll just quickly cut just that little bit, because there's just a little bit that decided it needed that extra bit help. So I'll just do that real quick, and then it'll pop out like so. So that's one of them. So now I'm going to go back to our dies. Be sure to pop that one away. And these dies have got the tattered lace little copyright on them, because as you know, dies can be copied and it's not so good. So that's it. Now we need this one, which is this little one here, which can go here, and we'll have a wee bit of tape on there. I'm just always checking to make sure I'm putting it on the right side. I think what's happened is because the dies are quite thin, I think they are embossing as well into the magnetic shim, but that's not a problem because it's still going to work perfect. Now, as you can tell, this has got a bigger surface, so really I didn't really need to do one at a time. I could actually do a few at a time, and that's why you always want to use your little bit tape, because if you're popping them through, you don't want them to move off of your, you don't want them to move off and go over the top of each other, and then they'll damage your dies. So we'll just pop this through again, just so we can get a few bits to play with. I like that sentiment, too many more years together. So nice anniversary card for somebody. So, and then we'll just pop these off. As you can see, they're just coming off already. And again, I'm finding that there's a little bit at the bottom that hasn't cut. So that might have been because I reversed it before it actually went all the way through. So I just trimmed it out. Right, so well, we do happy anniversary with that one. I think that's what we'll do. It was Kevin and I's 27th anniversary on the 4th of June, and we're both now card makers. And neither of us made each other a card, which was very naughty of us. I think that's the first year that we haven't. Now, as you can see, as well, they've got the little codes 13p, so you know that that goes with 13p. And what I would probably do, if I'm keeping them with their numbered system, is I'd probably just pop a magnetic sheet on the back so that once the tape gets less sticky through use, you've still got your magnetic tape underneath. So that's what I might end up doing. Right, so decisions. Happy anniversary or with love, or we could do both because we've got an A4 plate. So let's see. I think I'll just chop this down a little bit because I don't need all that waste, and then I can just pop my dies through. So just getting 13T because that's what it tells me to do. So I'm just popping 13T down, and it's a bit like watching paint dry, watching somebody die cutting. I do apologise, but I wanted to do it live with you so that you could see the machine the way that I'm seeing the machine, and I need 13Q, and so that you see a card getting built up in real life and real time. So, oh, wait a minute, make sure you get the right die, you silly girl. 13Q I have to get. Why I went for 13G I don't know, but never mind, it told me, so I was able to rectify it very quickly. I'm going to sit that one back there, sit that one there, get some more of my tape on here, like so. I hope my head's not in the camera shot. If it is, you'll see that I'm getting grey haired. Right, so let's pop them to the side just now. And hello and welcome to everybody that's joining. It's really nice to see you all. As I had said earlier, I'm not individually saying hiya to everybody just because we're popping this video on YouTube. So from now on, we've just decided that we'll just give a random few shout outs rather than having the YouTube video watchers hearing A, B and C being called out. But you know you're all very important and that we love you joining us. So thank you for that. So now as you can see, that just popped out. It's no problem at all. And then we just take our tape off our dies like so and get rid of that, which I'm being very naughty because I don't know where my bucket is, so I'll just put it on the floor. Good job, we've got one of those picker-upper things. It's called Kevin. I'm only joking, I meant we've got one of those picker-upper things. Right, so now what do I want to do? So here's our bits over here. So for you both, too many more years together, and this one, and this one, and with love. So I think I'm going to, although it's very pretty, I think I'm going to mat and layer these two together because I quite like the way that looks. So I'm going to cover that one. I mean, obviously that's personal choice, you don't need to do that. You could just use the bigger die and cut it out of the coloured bit card and do it that way. I'm just going to do it this way. Right, so what will we use? I think we will use this dark one. So I'm just going to bring in some random dies now that's in my collection, and I will die cut some bits and bobs so that we can get the card made up. So have you been busy making cards? I would love to hear what you've all been making, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Please do leave me some comments so that I can find out what my viewers have been making. And I would really love to know if I inspire any of you to either buy the products that I use, or if you've got them and I inspire you to try making one of the cards that I'm making. I'm quite a simple card maker. I like clean and fresh. Also, if you don't mind, if you're on YouTube, you can interact with giving a thumbs up, even giving a thumbs down, because all interaction is fine. I won't take it to heart. So, I've just done this one. So that gives me a nice big rectangle mat to go onto my card. And I'll just pop that back in my drawer. So, I work my Pro Cut hard, that I can tell you. So I'm just going to use one of these tent fold cards and pop this on to the front of it. It's just going to be a relatively simple card. I don't think I'm going to do anything too engaging. It was more about showing you the clever cutting forms and the way that the team have designed stuff. I really like the way that the team designed these products. They're very pretty. So I've got my penny on because I was thinking that I was going to sit and do some painting this afternoon. I've got some cute ceramics that I was going to start painting. There we go. So I've got that sitting very nicely on there, and I'm just going to pop this onto here, I think. Yep. I think what I'll do is I'll just pop it on flat. Like so. Pop it on flat. And then I'm going to pop this one up a little bit. So, just got some bits of foam that I can just quickly chop up. I think this came out of a magazine kit. Quite like it actually. I must find out where you can just buy sheets of foam like that, because it's much easier. I know that some of my American friends actually use funky foam, because you can get it really cheaply over there. I think you can here as well, and they actually put a full layer of foam on their bit work. If they were matting and layering this, for example, they would put a whole bit of funky foam on it and then cut round it, because they like the depth and they don't want any saggage. I never feel that I get any saggage from my cards, even just doing little bits of foam. Wish I could say that in real life, but never mind. It's a different story. Right, so let's get that one there. Oh, I'm seeing all the laughy faces now. You all know my sense of humour by now. Like a giggle. Especially now, knowing just how short life can be. So, for you both, happy anniversary. Do I want to pop it over there, or am I hiding too much of that beautiful artwork? Should I put it about there? I didn't really think that out very good, did I? Should have maybe have put my topper up a bit. No, I think I do like it like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some foam over the top of this, like so, and I pop this bit down here, like so. It would help if I took the backing off, like so, and then I'm going to pop this top so it sits like that, so that it's got a little bowl bit in the middle. Do I want to do that? Have that? Nope, not really. And we can put "with love" down the bottom. For you both, happy anniversary with love. Sounds very pretty. So we'll just pop that down the bottom like that. So that's what we've got so far. Now I'm going to quickly take in some of my scrappy bits, and I'm going to pull in a little bit of the green, and I'm going to pop that to the side, bring back in my Pro Cut plates, and cut out some of the paper boutique floral dies by they're the ones that Creative Craft and World bring us, Linda Chapman's company, because there's nothing to say when you're using other people's stuff. Like, for example, I'm using Stephanie's cutting machine, I'm using Stephanie's card kit USB, and now I'm using stuff from Linda. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's all about mixing, matching and having fun with what you've got. So I'm just popping that through just now, and I'm going to wait till it finishes, and then I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to bring it all the way back through, because I like the fact that I can do that and it doesn't hurt my arms. So I've actually got written on my machine on a label that when you're die cutting, you're using the 5mm, your card, your die, your magnetic sheet and your 3mm, which is really easy. And I have to say now, as you'll notice here, these haven't cut. And that's not the machine, that's me. I stopped it and then brought it back through. So I'm going to pop that through again. So that's the only thing that I would say that you need to be careful of if you are stopping it halfway and bringing it back, that you might not have went far enough through, so therefore you might not get a perfect cut. But it's no hassle, because you just do it all over again, and it's, I mean, my hands are here and the machine's doing all the work. So it's brilliant. It really is a good machine, and it holds your plates at the end, which is what I like as well, because some of them don't hold your plates in the machine at the end, and this one does. So there you go, perfect cut, and we can now pop these out. I meant to put my heat gun on, my glue gun on, but I forgot, typically. Never mind. Right. So, pokey tool. It's amazing how long it takes you to do a card. You don't actually think about it when you're making, but sometimes it can just take a wee while just to get all your bits and bobs done. But I just think sometimes it's nice just to watch somebody building a card from start to finish, because you see their thought process. I quite often watch quite a lot of the American girls, Jennifer Maguire and Gina Kay and Kathy somebody, I can't remember her name, and I love the way they're mostly stamping girls, and they do their cards very one layer. I think we're more matte and layer than they do, and then because we've got all the charismas and things, we seem to do an awful lot more decoupage elements on our cards, which I think is brilliant. So what I'm thinking is I might pop this here, and then I'm going to pop, I can actually just build this up because I can just use this glue. I'll just turn my glue gun my glue gun off because I'll just use this because this is quite a quick glue to grab hold. And I really like the way these layer up, and obviously when you're doing it yourself you might fancy layering them up in different colours. Because of speed I just did them in the one colour just to let you quickly see my thought process, so that's why I've done that. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of here. I did cut two different style of leaves, but I think I'm just going to pop the one in because I've just decided that I'm just going to pop the one flower on, so I think we'll just do that. And we'll just pop a little bit of glue on there, get it to sit down. And then, as I've showed you before, if you've watched my videos before, my tip for really intricate, this isn't really intricate, but just to show you, some people put it on their hands. I prefer to do it this way. I put a little bit of glue onto scrap card and then I just pop, 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 and then pop, and then pop it down like that, so you're not getting glue marks anywhere that you don't want them. Just that way, and just do it that way, and then you've got your thing perfectly down. Now I'm just going to pop that on there, and it doesn't matter that it's over the artwork that little bit, because you can you can sort it just by fluffing it like so. Now I will put a gem in the middle, but my gems are up high, and rather than me going away and grabbing a gem, just to let you see that basically that's a card done. Very simply, very clean, not much to it, not much matting and layering really when you think about it. And as you can see, the pattern, there is an actual subtle pattern in the back of the card with this, so it's really nice. So that's that, and then all I would do is put some gems on it and a gem in the middle, and that's your wee anniversary card. Put a insert in it, and away you go, you're done. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that little video and making this card and getting a little update on the Pro Cut. I will be back later with some more because I have other goodies to show you, and I've got a few projects that I'm working on. I've just finished this one using a digital stamp from Ike's Art, and that's my challenge. It was to use spots and stripes, so I just used the packaging from one of the Paper Boutique books, so that's what I've done with that. So I've done that today, and I've done that today, and that's it. That's all I've done today. But thank you very much for joining me, and please do leave your comments, feedback. You want to see anything, I can try and do anything that you want to see. Just let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay, see you later, keep safe, happy crafting, bye!